further.
Quack and chill. Get it.
Why do we do this? She looks like she's on one of them.
It's like Tia's cat. Twerkle. The cat.
Fingers down my side. Girl, you look mighty fine.
You. Now I'm recording. Hello,
Hello!
Sis T.
Hello and welcome back. Episode
Welcome
30.
back.
Lucky number 13.
Actually, number 13 is one of my lucky numbers.
it's one of Dad's,
I
because he
don't-
used to live
Yeah.
at number 13.
At number 13. So I don't know why people think it's so unlucky. We flew on Friday the 13th
we
as
did.
well.
Was that to Lebanon?
Yeah, we went to Lebanon. It was fine. To be
Yeah,
fair,
we had a
honestly,
great
I was like,
time.
I was so
The whole
scared.
trip.
I was like, do we
Dad
have
was
to?
like, why are you panicking so much? But anyway, we're actually technically joined by my best friend in the back. She's just on the bed. You can see her feet. She's here for moral support and any input.
Little appearance.
Here for
Here
a
for a
good
good
time.
time, not always the long time, but
No,
I'm
she's here for the long time.
What I will say is today we're going to be talking about kind of dating in like within the same kind of friendship groups. Is it different for guys or girls? Is that like, I don't know, is
Let's
that a
dissect
thing?
it on our
Let's kind of
opinions.
dissect it. Also about kind of sleeping with someone on the first date. Like, is that okay? Like, how do we feel about that? And also, I could just see you in the background. Like, it's beautiful. Sorry I brought an anchor because Hannah's head has just popped up.
Sorry, no, I'm going back. Going back.
And she's twerking in the camera.
Oh my god. Welcome to Sis T.
Welcome to Sisty
What's
Podcast.
everybody else?
And now my mum
She's
has
lost
lost her glasses.
Oh, this
and
is
she's
all a
walked
lot.
in the back. So everything's going on. And if this is not quarantine in like an actual like
No.
nutshell, in one room, this is the whole of quarantine where everyone is just in and out of each other's pants. No, not in that way. Oh my god, I didn't.
Sorry, I'm just reading a message. My phone's blowing up.
My phone's- Have I just posted my titties?
Oh my god, no, I can't cope.
What?
No, I've got tea. I'm gonna have to pause the podcast in a minute.
Okay, anyway, let's finish the introduction. So sorry this has taken so long. And then we're going to talk about the different stages of dating and whether they're all necessary. Has dating changed? I think it has. Mum doesn't seem to leave, so
I was
she's
actually,
all the same.
I was speaking to someone today about that
It's
who's
not.
a bit older, who's 36, and yeah, let me spill the tea on
With
that.
36-year-old friends. Anyway, so yeah, boil the kettle, grab some biscuits, and let's get down to the tea.
Have we started?
Yes, we have. We are up and running.
Up and running.
So first of all, I wanted to kind of deconstruct the different stages of talking, dating. I don't
Yeah.
know, as it may seem. Like, for some reason, we just have so many, and I don't understand it.
Do we have remade that?
But yeah, okay, maybe we've made it.
Maybe not
be-
ourselves. Like Sis Team
We
hasn't.
have
I'd
literally
love to-
invented it.
Yeah,
We have invented the different talking stages because we do it so much.
I'd love to have thought that we were the inventors of the talking stage, but we're not. But I just feel like 21st century, especially even the past
It is
like
endless.
2 years, we've
Oh my
we've
God.
made this like we're talking. It's like, oh, we've been spending time together, we're talking, we're seeing each other, we're exclusive, we're in a relationship, and now it's ended.
Legit, it doesn't get past that. Do people even get married anymore? I don't think so. I don't think it's possible.
I mean, our brother got married, and as did another close family friend. I was saying that's just so like weird, but that's
So
normal,
mad.
isn't it?
Yeah, I know. When people say
But they didn't. Neither of them got married. Married.
Married?
Like
they get married very frequently.
married. In like the conventional way, in terms of like it was a big wedding, blah blah blah. It was kind of just like they love each other, they just want to be married, kind of thing.
I
I've
feel
not
like-
actually been to a wedding.
You know what? I have not been
Since
to a
I was a
wedding.
bridesmaid
And
for our
since
next
I was,
door
like,
neighbour.
5. Since I was 5, and I'd really love to go to one because they
Oh,
seem
yeah,
so
yeah.
fun. Can someone please, cis team members, can someone get married?
Someone
right?
invite us to your wedding.
And can you
Married?
actually?
I got married.
I wanna
Someone get married. So I can get married there. Anyway.
You get married to get married.
Yeah, I just really like to be invited to one, to be honest. Like, but at the end of the day, I also feel like talking on that note of marriages, not that I'm planning on getting married anytime soon, like, I would prefer myself, like, a kind of intimate ceremony. Like, I don't know.
See, I want like
You really want a big thing.
I want to celebrate my love for someone like in a very big way.
I just
Granted,
get absolutely sloshed.
I look good in white. So basically, I have this plan, and Hannah and I have spoken about it for so long, is that I'm going to expose myself here and I'm going to get in trouble now because I really want to pretend I'm engaged and book out like a really famous...
I can't wait for this.
Yeah, book out a really like famous wedding dress like shop. And then go with like all my
it's gonna
gals,
be
my
so
mum,
fun. I
and
cannot
literally
wait for
try
this.
on loads of wedding dresses and like give the people in the shop like this massive story about like how I got
Like
engaged.
how he proposed.
And I'm like, oh, I don't have the ring at the moment because
He got
it was
10
too
white
big.
horses, and it was all it was
Yeah.
up Oxford Street, and we.
It was massive, and because I just want to try on wedding dresses because I love white.
And then he
and
wrote my
obviously,
name in the sky.
yeah, and because obviously, if you go wedding dress shopping, you don't have to commit to it if you don't like any of the dresses.
No.
So that's my plan for when we can start like doing things again. I want to go try on wedding dresses with me and my clique.
I mean, how do they even check it? Do you know what I mean? Like, how would you
they
even
can't.
check? You can't.
I don't think they can.
Like, do you want a video of the proposal? But no.
Because I
You
don't
need
want
a ring
to.
though.
Yeah, you need a ring. No, I was gonna
You
pretend
can
it was
literally
too
just buy
big.
one. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
getting it fitted. I'm choosing.
Oh, it's too big, so I'm having it resized. But he's so successful.
It's actually got too many diamonds. That was the problem.
It's too
They were
heavy
like
for my hand.
They were like legit. Like we can't fit this as like
no.
this many diamonds on a ring. I'm sorry.
But that's my plan anyway. So that speaks volumes for the kind of wedding that I would like. But yeah, so
to be fair, you kind of changed my mind. But anyway, yeah.
I know.
Talking about dating stages, I feel like that there are just too many at this point, and I feel like we've kind of
can't get out of them, can you?
yeah. I mean, I feel like people aren't. I feel like we turned into more like commitment phobes, and because of social media, and we've said this before, you are constantly comparing and looking for the next best thing.
Grass
But-
is always greener. How many times have you heard me say
I mean,
that?
is that a
kid?
good thing in a sense that
No.
No, but in a sense that you're not just gonna settle. Do you know what I mean? I feel
Or
like
is it more of like a, I could get better because of like social media and stuff? Like for me personally, it's not about social media. Like I think I get panic
just goes-
anyway. I think for me, it's not even about social media. It's more about like, I just get a bit scared that like I'm gonna meet someone that like matches me more. Not that's better in terms of like better looking or things like that. Someone that like I'm more infatuated with. Because for me, like I've always said this, haven't I? Like I have to be like infatuated with someone and like obsessed with someone to want to be with them. And I'm scared that like if I'm talking to someone and my problem is I'm a slow burner.
yeah.
So as I'm in that talking stage, if someone else pops up, I'm like, oh my god, like because I'm already like don't know if I'm feeling it yet. I want to speak to someone new.
Yeah.
And then the previous person goes, and I'm like, oh my god, I really like them. So this is my massive problem. Anyone else have this problem? Like, please, like, let me know because it's a bit pants, isn't it? I need to.
Yeah. 100%. But I also feel like, as I was like looking at the other side, I do think it is a bit of a good thing because you're not just you've got the whole world out there. It shows you that if you break up with someone, it's fine. You'll probably be able to find someone new. Like it almost gives people the confidence to be able to leave someone that they've maybe met in their hometown, that they know it's on the rocks and that maybe it's not going to go anywhere and they're only doing it for comfort. They know that there are other people out there and they have the freedom. Like things are going on in Australia, things are going on in America, like things are going on in the UK. Like, do you know what I mean?
What do you think of like these people? Sorry, I'm referring back to Tix. Like these people like I've been chatting to this boy for 2 months and he lives on the other side of the world.
Oh my God, I
and
don't
I'm
understand
finally
it.
getting a plane ticket to go and see them. We've never met, and I'm gonna go meet him for the first time. And I think
that's long.
that's admin.
That's long. That's not a relationship.
If someone's like 40 minutes down the road, I'm a bit like,
I'm like, I
oh,
don't think
God,
we
is
can
this
do
gonna
this.
work?
This is too much effort. Like,
But
I'm
then,
like,
you know me, I quite like the whole distance thing because I like my space. So when I've dated people from like different cities or even like, not country, But
But
my favourite place in the world is that...
yeah,
it's a different country, yeah.
Depending on which area.
I don't want to sound stupid.
Depending on which
Yeah,
area.
depending on which area. And I was seeing someone there and it was great because it was like, we had such good, like we got on so well. But he was like in a different, I had to get a plane to see him. and
I just feel like
There's
it's
a
long.
space,
I
but
don't
then-
think that's
yeah.
any way of kind of
I know, because then when I want a
forming
cuddle,
a relationship in a sense. Like,
yeah,
I feel like until maybe you've had kids and everything, I feel
Mm.
like long distance doesn't really work unless it's for a short and set period of time.
yeah,
I just personally think that a relationship is about being with that person. It's not like, I don't know. Hannah has some tea.
Hannah has some tea. Feel free
but-
to have your input at any point,
Feel
babe.
free.
You enjoy.
But one of the reasons that I wanted to bring up this particular, not issue, but like topic, is because what is the point of being exclusive with someone? I've looked at it from both sides. And you were
We're
saying...
talking genders, sorry.
No, as in like when you're exclusive with someone versus when you're actually in a relationship, when you've solidified
what's the
it as like boyfriend and girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? So if you're exclusive and you're only seeing that person, why aren't you just boyfriend and girlfriend?
Because for me, I've got to be asked. If you don't ask me to
No,
be your
I
girlfriend...
agree. I'm saying, why are they not asked? Why do you have to...
Because
and
I
so
feel
many
like that
girls are stuck in
sometimes it
this.
is... Right, sometimes you know, in your head that you're not really interested in someone else. However, you're not quite ready. Like, I feel like, why rush something? Why, like, if someone asked me to be their girlfriend within 2 weeks, I'd be a bit like, oh, you've ruined it now. Like, it's nice to have the build-up. And it's nice
Yeah.
just to make sure, because
But
I feel
I've-
like sometimes you don't know someone straight like it takes you a long time to get to know someone. That's why I feel like for me, if I was seeing someone, it would take me, I think, at least like 2 months to know whether I want them to be my boyfriend, because I feel like when you start having like sleepovers and things like that, you get to know like but you get to know about maybe their like little habits. You think like, oh, I don't like that. Like stupid things like they leave the cap off the toothpaste. But
They don't clean their teeth for more than for more than 30
or
seconds.
they, I don't know, just like stupid little things that you think, oh,
They
I
sleep
don't like
in
that.
like foot like I'm into men sleeping in boxes. So if they had like a full pajama set, I'd be
Oh
like,
my god! Imagine if a guy came out in a full pajama set.
in like slippers. I'd be like,
Imagine if a guy that you were seeing really like,
a stripy one
slept
and a
over for the
nightcap.
first time.
and he's like, night love, and like it just I'd be like.
Oh my god! I don't know what to do.
I was like, why are you wearing so much to bed? Do you not sweat? Like it's, I don't know.
Yeah, imagine like them. Oh my god! Imagine them standing there like buttoning
Imagine
up
their
one at a
silk
time.
pajamas. Imagine their silk pajamas.
Imagine them just buttoning up each button at a time, getting ready for bed, being
It's not
like,
for
"Have you
me.
cleaned your teeth?"
It's just not for me. It's not for me. Why are you wearing clothes to go to bed? Granted,
God,
pajamas, but like I don't know. It's just
See
weird.
what I mean, guys? Like you've got
Gives
to
me
give
the
it a
ick,
couple
gives
of
me the
months
ick.
to know whether you want to be with someone. So I think that kind of, in terms like kind of like talks about like the stages and stuff. But I feel like, do we get the fear in some of the stages? Then is that why things get cut off so quickly? It's because maybe we find out things that maybe, because when you first meet someone, you're infatuated with them. You think, oh my god, this person's amazing. I can see myself being with them, and I like this about them and this about them. And then when you start to see the little cracks, you think, I can't look past that.
Yeah, can I cement that? Can I go over that, or can I just?
Or, you know what, actually, I've just thought of something, and me and Hannah spoke about this a couple of times. It's like you could really like someone, and then little things like you'll freak out and be like, she's or he has got tattoos. My mum's not going to like that. I can't bring her home.
Yeah, you know, but you have to
Yeah.
think about everyone in your family. Like if
His
you're
mum will
not,
hate me.
His mum will hate me. She hates my tattoos.
she hates my tattoos, but like I feel like for us personally, if they're not going to be polite to our family members,
Yeah.
or they're not going to engage with them, it's a big big ick.
I think we could bring anyone home, all
And they'd
walks of
be
life, and they'd be
fully
accepted as long as they
accepted.
were, you know. Mum used to say to me, she'd always be like, doesn't matter who you bring home, girl, boy, whatever, I don't care. Blah, blah. And I know she stands by this. She doesn't care.
100%.
As long as, I mean, their job's, legit, if you know what I mean, and they're not going to get me in any trouble, and they're nice to me and they're kind
And
to
they're not
me,
abusing
then it
you
doesn't
anymore,
matter who they identify as or what they, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't
never been a
matter.
problem.
Never been a problem. But I think, manners are a big thing. So maybe sometimes people think the down the long road of dating and think, well, actually, no, I can't have a future. Yes, I like them, but there's no
But-
future in this.
But your values don't align with mine, and not necessarily like you don't. Our family is very kind of like they'll talk to anyone. So if you're not going to gel and make the effort with them, I think that's like in the long run, it's just not going to work. But just referring back to the whole exclusive thing, I feel like that often does come anyway at a stage after a couple of months. And I feel like a lot of girls, like I've heard stories of girls being in the exclusive stage for 6 months. And I think...
Is that normal? Is that
I don't
okay?
think that's normal. I would not... I'm sorry, but I would not put up with that.
6 months is half a year. And I know
I would
sometimes
not.
time flies.
If it's more than 2 months, no.
No.
If you haven't asked me to be...
What is it
to
about
make it
me
official.
that... And that's, I think, maybe when you have to question, what is it about me or this situation that's making you not want to commit?
They don't take you seriously. I would put my foot down and I'd be like, listen, you know... there's clearly something wrong with me for you to... Well, there's nothing wrong with me.
Nothing
but,
wrong with me. I'm fucking perfect.
You clearly don't want this to be something because you're just leading me on. Like, I feel like, especially men, I feel like when they know, they know. If they want you, they want you. And it's the same with me. If I want someone, I will be like, let's make this official.
Yeah.
Or else I'm seeing other people.
Many guys have said to me, they know within the first 2 weeks whether they're going to end up with someone. So... Guys,
like, if you made me wait longer than maybe 2-3 months, I'd be like, okay, we're not exclusive anymore then.
However, sometimes they can just freak out. I'm going to refer back to a situation. Oh, I don't know if I want to say this. Someone called me their girlfriend and then literally 2 days later ended things with me.
I have no words.
Yeah.
Don't play with my head like that. Don't play with our head like that.
Don't play with
And
my
that
head.
is the tea. And that is the tea. Do not call me your girlfriend unless you actually mean
What
it.
happened? You got the ick? I get it.
Still hurt to this day.
Nah.
No.
No.
But I almost feel like I recognise the importance of the exclusive stage, but I wouldn't say...
Because
I feel
it's
like
that
if they're-
little bit just before you make that commitment. But then, even when you make a commitment, I also think, like, well, if you wasn't feeling it, you can just end it. Why is it such a big deal?
100%.
Between the exclusive, like, I don't feel like there should be a massive
No.
time period between the exclusive stage and the you are my girlfriend stage.
Exactly.
Because realistically as well, if you know you're introducing them to people, you know you're out and about. Oh mate, hi, I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, is that your girlfriend? Is that your missus? If you're in an exclusive stage, you're not gonna turn around and be like, oh no mate, we're kind of exclusive. Yeah, this is
No, we're exclusive. No, she's just a
Yeah.
friend. Like, imagine I'd be like, all right, so should I go get with your mate then?
okay.
Yeah.
You put your pajamas on by yourself tonight, sir.
You do that. You're not getting
I ain't
any
buttoning you
help
up.
from me.
I ain't putting those buttons up for you tonight, sir.
Oh no, I'm not pulling those drawstrings. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Uh,
I'm just your friend, remember?
exactly.
Have you ever been called a friend by a guy, like introduced? This is my friend, and you're seeing someone, or like.
No, because I've never gotten to the exclusive stage.
I'm trying to think if anyone's ever done it to me. That kind of happened to me the other day, actually. Someone was like, "Is that your girlfriend?" And it was like,
Yeah, but it is
been
awkward.
on, like,
it
been
is-
on one date, and we
and
was
you're
there
like-
like, oh my god.
No, I would just be like, oh, we're just on a first date, or we're on a second date, or something.
I was like, can I just buy my wine and be out of here? Because it's
Can I
just
just?
horrendous.
I just want to drink. Really.
I don't want to fucking. I don't want to be here. I
But
don't want to
also,
be here.
I was gonna say, I feel like there's also a lot of pressure on men to make that step. But why should it be? Why can't, as a girl, I say, no, I would prefer it personally. I know, but if I was getting frustrated with the situation and you had left me, like, essentially waiting for you to make it official, actually, no, to be honest, I'd be like, I'm gonna bin you.
I'd be like, but then do you do the whole like stereotypical girl thing of being like, what are we? Where's this going?
I don't know what
I
I
feel like before I even said that, I've got too much pride. I would just end it.
Honestly,
I would say,
I mean, I need to let that brew because I don't know if I
Really?
could, because then if they haven't asked me, then
Yeah.
maybe they don't want me.
my pride's
And
too
that's a
strong,
sign.
and I would probably put a twist on it, not play with their
Pride
mind a
is
bit.
too strong, same.
But I would probably say something like, listen, I just don't know if this is like going anywhere. Like, obviously, like, I feel like we're on, like, not different paths, what's the word? Like, I feel like we want different things, and that's okay. But, like, I'm at a stage in my life where I want this, this, and this, and you don't seem it. And then leave it at that. And if they come back and they're like, well, I want something, and I'll be like, well, okay, well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than me being like, well, what are we?
Yeah.
I'd literally be like, I don't want to do this anymore because I've been waiting around long enough. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And I kind of put it on them.
I feel like the "what are we" question
Oh, it gives me the
is-
ick. Oh,
I don't think it
God.
should. I think it should be taken out of the English dictionary. Not that it's in the dictionary, but I think it should be taken
It's
out of
in
the English language.
Oxford Dictionary.
The Oxford Dictionary. Yeah, but
Might be on Urban Dictionary.
yeah, but oh yeah, it could be. Well, anyway, it should be like taken out because it shouldn't be a phrase. It shouldn't make sense because it doesn't. Why do we have to ask what are we? You need to make that clear, or else. I'm sorry, but they're messing you around. Girls, guys, if they're not stating their intentions, and to be honest, personally for me, I would never be like say explicitly that we are exclusive unless I was sure that I wanted it to go into a relationship.
Do you think it's okay in the initial stages to be dating multiple people, and how many people, and like
100%.
until what point?
Until they say,
I only want to date you.
only want to date you, I really like you, and I really see this going somewhere. But I don't think that should be said too quickly. I think maybe
See, I think my
after
problem
seeing
is
each other maybe a couple times, maybe
I feel like I have my blinkers on when I'm seeing someone. I like someone. I'm like, I'm not saying I'm closed off, but I am a bit like, because I don't have the minerals. I do not have the minerals to be speaking to multiple people. Like I just can't. I feel like I can't do it because I'm like, you know.
no, it's true. I mean,
But like I'm not saying I put my eggs in one basket, but
but you
me,
focus
I feel like
on
I'm,
that person more, and
yeah.
you'll talk about
But I
them
feel like
more, yeah.
your kind of generation. I know there's not much, but I mean there is 5
No, there
years.
is. Yeah.
So it seems like there's not a lot, but I feel like there is. I feel like there's a massive like switch in things. Obviously, social media plays a big part, and like we said, the talking stages I think has changed a little bit. Granted, I have the same issues that you do sometimes and things like that, but I feel like especially if I've lost my train of thought. Like talking to multiple people, I feel like is more normal within your kind of age bracket. Whilst me, I feel like we're still kind of in that, like, I don't know, a bit not more respectful, but I feel like it's a bit more normal to maybe be speaking to like one or two people. But like I feel like your generation speaks to multiple people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree, and I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a good thing in the sense that I feel like men do it more than women, and I kind of like the fact that girls are kind of being like, actually, no, I can speak to as many guys as I want, and it doesn't really matter because we're not exclusive. You haven't put a ring on it.
Well, I feel like that kind of brings us on to the next section.
About dating people in...
Yeah, maybe like the same friendship group and multiple people.
Yes, exactly. I haven't even started, you sneaky little snake.
Snakes don't hiss, they start the podcast early.
All right, everyone. Harriet's decided to just ping the podcast.
Oh my god,
Podcast.
this Prosecco's gone to my eye.
What?
Sorry.
It doesn't go to my head. It
It's
goes
so
to my
much
eyes
Mexican
instead.
food. I feel so full.
Honestly, Mexican absolutely.
We just had a
bans.
Mexican,
It is so
Mexican
underrated.
buffet.
If you don't like guacamole, I'm sorry, but that's an ick for me. That 100% that's an ick for me.
Yeah.
It cannot go any further. If you don't want to have guac and dip, no, guac and chips
Thank you.
with me, then we can't go any further.
Guac and chill.
Do you
Still, every
I just
week I
wanna
try and
guac
wink, and
and
it just
chill.
it's not sexy.
I
Anyway,
can't do it with the left eye. I can do it with the right eye.
no. Oh, did you see that?
I just, it was like, are you having a seizure?
Wow.
No, I'm trying to win
So-
and be sexy, but it doesn't work. Right, dating within the same friendship groups.
Guess we could see this from two angles. So you could no. Right, yeah. So you're right. You could see it from you yourself are dating two boys within the same friendship group, or you could see it as a guy dating you and your mate.
Yeah,
First of all, that would never happen
and also I'd like
with
to
girls.
also,
I don't think.
this is something that I would really like to ask the boys on. I feel like if you're sleeping with the same girl, I feel like you're not gonna wife them, right? But it's okay if it moves around your boys. Okay, I think
If you've been on like one date, maybe it's fine.
I feel like if there are no emotions involved, with it, then it's okay for guys. But I feel like it's very different for girls.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
It's like if I know
Girl
someone
code is
had-
a lot more strict.
Yeah, I feel like if I know a guy had moved on Hannah, or like they'd been on a date and he'd moved on me, or he wouldn't even get the opportunity, he'd just get aired. there'd be no chance I'd even entertain it. And maybe sometimes in the back of your head you think, oh, what could be, like, we might have this amazing connect, but no, like, that's blocked by the thought of, like,
It just makes me feel a bit
no.
ew.
And it's not even like the thought of being second best or things like that. It's like, it just doesn't
No,
in
because
your
all I think
head.
about is you dating that person, you doing things with that person, and that makes me uncomfortable.
But then back in school, I've dated and been in relationships with the same boys that my friends have, but I feel like it's very different
It's
when
a
you're back in
smaller
school.
pool when
It's a
you're in
smaller
school.
pool. But I feel like when you get a bit older, because you think of someone more as like...
And also, you're young.
you build
Those
a
relationships
life-
don't
yeah.
count.
Yeah, and you oh, bless you. You build a relationship and a life with people nowadays. Like, it's not just within, like, you're not coming back to your parents' house or this or that. You start to, like, build a life, and it means a lot more, and it's a lot deeper. So, from a girl's perspective, I would never, maybe if they'd spoken to my friend loosely and never met up, but then it might
what
it
quantifies-
might feel a bit weird. Like, obviously, like, my friends and I are so close, we have girls' nights and things like that, and obviously if I was seeing someone, they'd be invited, say, to, like, if
They'd
it was like
also know
drinking
on the tea
yeah,
about it.
well, they'd be like drinking in the flat and stuff, and I'd just be thinking to myself, well, you guys have spoken, although it wouldn't make me feel weird because I trust my girls to the max. I just think it'd just feel a bit weird.
But why? Because clearly, if it didn't work out with you, right? You've obviously told your friends, like, honestly, your name would have been absolutely ripped up, right? If you did something to me, even if it was the most minor thing,
But if it was just
it would be ripped. But what I'm saying, how could you? Clearly, it ended for a reason. Okay, I feel like you'd point out those flaws to your friend. So how could your friend move to them?
But it may have just been like, oh, we was like Instagram DMing or WhatsApping for a little bit. And
Oh, that
was
doesn't
it.
count.
This is what I mean. So it's so circumstantial.
Circumstantial.
Yeah, it's very circumstantial. That's the thing.
100%.
So I feel like we need to base it on if you've actually dated someone, that it's no good.
feel like
I feel like
if
for
you've
boys,
spoken-
I've dated boys in the same friendship group.
I don't think it's a problem if it's been like 1, 2, 3 dates, right? Sometimes if you've slept together, I would feel a type of way. And
I
personally,
personally wouldn't go there.
I couldn't.
If I'd have slept,
If I want to be in a relationship with you, if it's only friends with benefits, then no, it's fine. I don't care because I don't see you in that light.
But considering what I've just said, that I've dated boys from the same friendship group, I hadn't slept with any of them. So maybe that's why, like,
I'd
it was
also feel quite
okay.
used as though what are they saying
I'd
on
be
the
like, am I
boys
there-
group chat?
Is this a
Am
joke?
I a little toy that
All
you're just
I-
passing around?
All I'd be thinking is, am I a joke? Are they doing this on purpose?
I would feel
I think
like a
my
joke,
anxiety
I
would be
wouldn't
through
do
the
it.
roof, and I'd be thinking, are they speaking about me? Are they taking the piss? Are they doing it to see, like, oh, you've dated her, I can date her, like, let's see how many people she'll date. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So I feel like I
it
get
can
the
be
fear,
really-
but then I feel like boys really like that. Like, are they really?
I don't know. I don't know if they deep it or
Now
not.
that's come out my mouth, I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. But to be fair, I'd have the exact same kind of anxieties. I'd be like, oh, what are they saying about me? Are they just seeing how many how loose I am according to them? Like how it's almost like a challenge. Like, oh, you slept with her, so let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Like, and I just think that's wrong. Personally, I don't know how you could do that, but at the end of the day, I also feel like girl code sometimes goes a bit far. As in, like, where would you draw the line? So if we are good friends or more than acquaintances,
right, I've got a friend of mine, okay?
and you've dated that person, right? I couldn't date that person too. Personally.
I couldn't, but then I'm thinking of this particular friend, and if I dated someone and I didn't care about them afterwards, and she was like, say we've matched on Hinge or we started speaking or I met him out and she wanted to date him, I'd be like, yeah, go for it.
If it ended on maybe amicable terms and you just thought vibes aren't right, our star signs don't align, our blood types
My
aren't the
crystal that I
same.
usually wear, my little love crystal, says she can go for it. But then I would feel a bit weird if we was all on a night out and be like, you was it?
Because
Like,
you
I
know
feel
that
like, are you
person's
thinking
attracted to you.
Are you thinking of me?
I wouldn't
Like,
be able to cope.
in what way? Are you thinking of things that we did? Are you thinking of what was said to each other. Are you thinking about me now? It would go through my head like, are you genuine on her? I'd be more concerned for her. I'd be like, are you genuine do you know what I mean?
But I feel like that's our prize, because I'd be like, oh my god, you're only going through her to get to me.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, it's just clearly.
Oh my
I'm
god.
joking.
She's not joking, guys. I know how she works.
No, I am.
I'm throwing it back at you this week.
Honestly, I know you're joking. It doesn't bother me. But
I'm not joking.
I don't care. But I just feel like sometimes as girls we're like, oh my god, like, even with acquaintances, we're like, oh no, I can't date him because they spoke for maybe 3 days. And I think,
Oh, do you find it? This is going to sound so pathetic. I'm really exposing myself here in a really bad way.
woo! We love
Oh,
the tea.
I'm going to do it. So, when there's someone that you loosely dated and you had this massive thing for because you fancied them so much, and maybe they're the one that got away, and you think, like, maybe there was interest in someone else, and bear in mind you had nothing with them. Maybe you met up once, or you maybe even not even met them, and then your friend moves on them, and you think,
Oh my god, I literally
built
planned
up.
our kids' names. I
Yeah.
knew which house we were going to move to in the countryside.
exactly.
And you're now moving to
You're moving to my man that I've never met.
It's like when I see
Not
the
happening.
Duke
I'm
on Bridgerton
fuming.
with the Duchess. I'm like, it's the disrespect for me.
It's the lack of
I've
respect.
planned my
It's
entire
the
future
lack
with
of
that
girl
man,
code.
and she's just completely like,
Uh-huh.
she's marrying him. It's
Not
it's
cool.
rude. It's disrespectful, to be honest.
But no, like sometimes I feel like we build something up in our heads and make it more than what it is as girls, and
You know
we
what,
need
I
to just
would
like
really-
let things go.
I would really,
Not the end of the
really,
world.
really. Okay, we're gonna get a boy in the podcast. Don't you worry, sister.
I've actually just messaged him, and he's messaged me back, and he's confirmed that he can come on hopefully next week. So
This is
guys,
gonna
get your
be
questions in.
an interesting. The tea is gonna be burning your mouths.
But
in a nice
he's
way.
gorgeous.
He's
I'm
gorgeous.
so excited. I'm so excited.
You get something nice to listen to and to look at.
We're gonna get wine drunk.
Woo, the best kind. Oh, now I've lost my train of thought. You're doing it to
Sorry.
me. No.
I've had too much Prosecco now.
With guys, I would like to see. Do they? I don't think they do. Do they like see us in their futures, or is that only when they find the kind of right one? You know how like we'll kind of is synthesize the right word? Probably not.
Like photosynthesize.
No. Synthesize. No, that's not what I meant. We're not talking about plants here.
Okay.
Do they come up with situations like we do? I feel like it's just a girl thing.
No, I think
'cause
maybe
we
some
often
guys
overthink.
do. Or like it depends on the stage you're at in your life. I feel like some guys, if they was like really looking for like a relationship and say a talking stage had failed with a certain girl and their friends moved on it, they'd be a bit gutted. But I feel like if they were so like loosely dating and like just having fun, they'd be a bit like, yeah, mate, go. Do you know what I mean? If they weren't looking for anything serious, I don't think they'd really care. But
No.
again, I'm talking for guys here.
Also, that whole
I also think that they
serious
think-
perception though.
Do they think in their head, oh, I could get her back? Do you know what I mean? Well, they'd be like, well, you can have her, but then like if I wanted her,
But
I would
could
just make a
still,
move
like,
on her.
There are certain people. There are certain people.
Exactly, like I know people like that's why
I
I'm
was
saying
talking
it.
about
Now,
this. Yeah, there are certain
guys-
people. I'd be like, I'm at your door.
Guys
I'm outside.
will literally hate me for saying that because I feel like they think I'm like wrong
Oh, I
or
don't
saying
care.
I don't know.
No, but there is that one person. I feel like everyone has that one person
Mm.
that they would just run back to.
So I feel like girl code's a thing, bro code's a thing, but I think it's very circumstantial.
I feel like bro code isn't as strong unless I feel like when it comes to sex, it doesn't matter. Like in all honesty,
But
And I do
personally, I
think-
wouldn't ever sleep with two guys in the same friendship group.
Personally, no, I wouldn't. But I would not judge you if you did.
I
It's
say
your
go for
choice.
it, girls.
I'd say go for it. If you
I
have
say-
the confidence, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Okay? I
Yeah.
don't think that there should be any sort of
It's-
stigma around it. It's just personally not what we would do because I don't know,
It's just a
not my
human being
thing.
at the end of the day. It's just because they've got, you know, a few mutuals and go on, girls.
It's okay. You can compare them. You
Yeah.
could be like, listen, this is the person in the friendship group
But
that does this the best.
I guess
Teach the other person.
you can never say never. If you really fell for someone and you thought, I don't care that that's his bro, and I really want this person, then yeah. So again, like, guys, I feel like we're just being so boring and be like, it's circumstantial. But I mean, we've opened up a topical debate for you guys to kind of give us some feedback on. So
I mean, if anyone has any stories or any dilemmas that they're currently in, like wondering maybe what to do in their circumstance with regards to dating
you've
someone
started dating
outside.
someone new and you've thought, I've just met their friends now, really.
That would be so awkward. And like, do you? Sometimes I when I match with someone or when I
Do you
start
look at their
talking
friends
to them,
first on
I
Instagram?
do, and
Know
I'm
it.
like,
Know it.
do I have any mutuals? And if I do, I'm like, have you dated this person? How do you know them? Are they
Do you
a
ask them?
psycho? Yeah, I've had I
If it was a
remember
close
I
friend,
speak-
I always ask.
Yeah, no, I
If
was
not, I'm like-
oh no, if we're not close friends, I'd be like, I don't care if you've seen them. I actually don't care. But I would say that, yeah, I've done it before where I've seen that my friend had like a mutual following with them on Instagram, and I was like, are they a catfish, first of all? Because that's happened to me before.
Silly
Right.
got catfish.
Woo! Of course I did. I'm so stupid. But yeah, and I was like, oh my god, like what is he like? How do you know him? Have you ever dated him and everything? She spilled the tea, but then it didn't work out.
Okay.
So yeah, all that excitement for nothing. But yeah, I would say kind of that's the end of that section in
Yeah.
a sense. I feel like we covered that pretty well.
I would say so.
For the
My
next
cheekbones.
section, we are going to we're going to do this in probably next week's episode, and continue on with this discussion because I've only just put it on my story because I've only just thought of it now. I was like, Harriet, we're in the middle of Mexican. I was like, we have to talk about this.
And I was
Sorry.
like, can I just finish my
She's
refried
like-
beans, please?
She's like, can I just finish this guac,
I've got
please?
guac in my mouth.
I have guac in my mouth, and you think I'm going to talk to you?
I had some sort of something on my chin. No one said anything. It wasn't until
no,
I
you
took...
didn't.
I did. I went in the lift to take Marley for a wee. And I said, no one's going to say anything then. You're
No
all
one's
fake.
going to tell me.
Every single one
every
of
single
you
person in this room.
round this dinner table is fake.
Y'all are fake.
Fake.
Wait.
No one was going to tell me that I had fucking beans on my chin.
You know
You're
that
all fake.
Britney Spears video? Have you seen it where she's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool. Something. Do you know
Yeah.
that one?
No, but
Oh,
that
it's
was
very
that was
funny.
me in the lift.
I'm gonna put that in the show notes.
I
because
felt
it's a funny one.
exposed. I felt
I felt
violated.
exposed,
I felt
vulnerable,
disgusting.
violated. If you're not, that is something that I would like to actually say though. Like for real, I didn't actually see it on your chin. I didn't know you had
But you
a
know
black
people
beard.
that like see, like say someone's got a little bogey or like they've got like a bit of food on their chin or something on their face and they just leave it and they just
Why
stare
would
at
you-
it. Say
Tell me.
something.
They're like, I don't want to get you embarrassed. It's more
It's
embarrassing,
more
if you
embarrassing.
don't tell me. And I've gone to the whole last, like, I've gone through the bar, and you haven't told me.
You've
I have a
not
pea,
said.
a pea on my, or a bit of spinach.
I have a sesame seed in my
Spinach
teeth.
in my
teeth.
teeth.
My tooth. And you've not
a
said
bit
anything.
of mustard on my lip, and you're not telling. This is not lipstick. People are gonna know. It's like when people, like, if they walk out the bathroom by accident, they've like put
Tissue
like,
on their shoe.
Tissue.
That's
And
one of
s-
Hannah and I's biggest fears.
I have to, like, honestly, there is nothing that gives me more anxiety than going out the bathroom and thinking that there's something on my foot
Something
and
on
that
my
you can
shoe.
see it.
Uh-huh.
Like, and if you didn't tell me, that's it. I'm never seeing you again. I would leave right there.
Listen, I'm getting
I'd say,
fake.
do you want me to look like a fool? I know I already do,
Yeah.
but do you want me to look like a bigger fool at this
No.
point?
I'm getting fake teeth soon, and if none of you say anything, I've got something in my teeth. I'm gonna kick off at the lot of you.
I'm gonna be angry.
If I start recording and I've got something in my teeth, and none of you,
None of
say
you
anything.
say anything in the comment. No, to be fair, like if they said something in the comments, I'd be like, well, it's done. What can I do? The video
done
is
now.
done.
it's done now. I'll have to blame my co-host. Anyway, so sleeping with people on the first date. What's our thoughts? So we put a poll out,
And so far, because I only put it up a couple hours ago, and
Yeah.
I'm going to get some feedback, and that's why we're
So,
going to expand on this.
This is, yeah, we're kind of ending on this topic, but halfway through, because next week, I think,
We'll start on it.
or unless we've got our
Boy.
boy
But I'd
on.
still like to ask him, because I'd like to get a male's perspective.
Okay, yeah.
Because obviously we don't identify as males. So we
No, I
can't
mean, not at the moment.
provide...
I don't know
No,
what's
not
gonna
at the
happen.
moment, who knows?
Might have an epiphany.
So I asked, does sleeping with someone on the first date matter? Would that impact the seriousness of the relationship and its future?
What's the gender split? Do you want to have a quick look?
I don't know how to... Yeah, I can.
We'll just have a little look at who's...
Yeah,
who's
so
so
28% people said yes, and 72% people said no, that it wouldn't affect like the future of that relationship. So
I remember a good friend of mine.
yeah, the majority of men said yes.
It does matter, okay.
But there are only 8 people so far, so that's really not
Okay.
a big. But compared to 21, and it's a mix actually. Mostly men.
Oh, no, a lot of girls.
It's, I would say it's half men and girls for the 72%.
Very interesting.
And that's 22 people actually. So that's about 50-50. And my personal opinion on it is, I don't think it should matter.
I think for me, sex is quite an intimate act, and I don't.
Oh yeah, I agree. Unless you're saying that you don't want to get intimate with that person, it can be.
I feel like I want to get intimate with them emotionally first, not like deep, but I want to know if there's someone that I actually want to like not waste a number on, but I don't know, like if they deserve me.
If
do you know what I mean?
a whole me.
A whole ass me. However, I've had guy friends and girlfriends that have both said, for like, we're all adults at the end of the day. We're adults, and it's obviously something that's very important within a relationship, and like it's a foundation of a relationship.
If you're not
And
sexually compatible.
then it's best to know sooner. And the one guy in particular that I'm speaking about was a very good friend of mine at the time, and he was just like I said, we're both consensual adults, and he was just like, if I want to see you again, regardless of whether we're slept together, I'll see you again.
Yeah, exactly.
It might just even make the situation even
gives
better.
a greater
It's like,
incentive to.
yeah, and it's like it makes him like them more. So I feel like there's so many different sides to it, because I've heard guys say as well, if I slept with her on the first date, I wouldn't see her again.
Whatever.
So I don't know, like it's a very hard one. Because I think it's such a split, and I think there's so many dynamics to this topic, and I think there's so many. Again, it's circumstantial,
100%.
but I don't think it should matter. I don't think, because at the end of the day, it's just like it's a thing. Like obviously, like I'm not saying like throw yourself around and like sleep with whoever and this and that, because obviously you've got to be safe. I think throw yourself around, but you've got to be safe. What have you texted me?
Oh, it's just a picture.
Oh, right.
I can cut it out. It's fine. I didn't know if it was gonna be like a point, so I was like, ooh.
Ooh, what is she saying?
Hannah
in there from the background. But no, I completely agree. I don't think it should be a thing. I think also sexual compatibility is a big thing in a relationship.
Yeah.
And maybe if you find that out straight away.
It's annoying. Like,
imagine you built up all this like.
Yeah,
you could get over it, but I think for a long-term relationship, you have to be both emotionally and sexually compatible. I don't think that, especially if you are in a stage of your life where you're wanting to settle down with that person permanently, and you don't enjoy sleeping with each other.
A situation where he was actually my boyfriend, and obviously we were intimate, and I thought,
what?
And I thought,
I'm waiting till marriage.
I thought to myself, this isn't good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to say who it is afterwards, but
that is the real tea.
I thought to myself, like,
was that not an incentive to break up with them? I feel like that's
them.
I just feel like that's.
But looking back, I was young. I was like early 20s, like very early 20s, and maybe I just didn't understand like the importance. Yeah, my body and things like that. So maybe it was more like, I like him now and he treats me nice. And granted, he was a good boyfriend initially, especially. But looking back, if maybe I'd have slept with him sooner, I wouldn't have hung on.
Can you imagine? Like, I almost like think, in a sense, it is good to
Imagine
be
getting
like
to
this.
a big old age of like mid to late 20s and you're still bad at, you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, no, but what I'm trying to say is, like, for example, Bridgerton again. At that point, you couldn't sleep with a person unless you were married. So imagine that anticipation, and then you find out.
How would a guy know what they was doing?
Compatible.
You would, back in those days.
No,
you would have to grow together.
No, women could not. Men could. Because there aren't the same repercussions, and they also didn't have protection, the pill, condoms, nothing like that. Maybe there were forms. I haven't researched on this, but even in that thing, you had whores, that men would go to kind of break the seal, you know?
No, they don't. Imagine how many STIs were flying about those days.
Oh my god.
my
Yeah,
God.
true. But anyway, in a sense, like, it's good because you know that that person's definitely going to be with you forever. And as we said,
Well,
sex
if
is
you've
quite...
got that, we all do.
Sex can be quite an intimate thing. Sex can be quite an intimate thing. So at least you have that, like, reassurance that you're going to be with that person.
I guess you can
But
grow
also,
together,
in a
like we
sense, I
said.
feel like it's such a good thing that it is more acceptable nowadays. Well, especially in our society, I don't know about other societies, but in Western culture, you do tend to, sorry, this is generalization, sleep with someone before you get married and go on to that stage of life. And I think that that is so important because at the end of the day, we've talked before about getting things from other people, right? But I feel specifically from your partner, you should be sexually compatible because your friends aren't given that. Do
Yeah,
you know what I
that's the
mean?
one thing that your friends can't give you, so...
So, you know, at least your partner should.
Yeah.
Unless you plan to maybe, I don't know, have an open relationship.
Yeah. Do you have quite a few friends? Like, I know I've got a few friends that slept with their now boyfriends on the first date and they've stayed together. But I also know of situations where some of my guys, whatever, have slept with people on the first date and they've never seen them again, or they maybe been on 1 or 2 more dates.
But I don't think that's because they've slept with the person. Well, maybe it could be.
No.
Maybe they're like, this just ain't it. This isn't what
But
I
I
need.
hate
or I've
that-
gotten what I've won.
I hate that I know some people that have thought like, well, I've had sex now, so that's it. Really? There's so much more to a person.
Yeah, but sometimes that is just what people want.
Why is sex and sleeping with someone on a first date seen as this massive thing, and now they've
think it's a
had
big
that, there's no more to another person. There's
Oh my
no more
God,
to
I-
a person.
I
There's
feel like
so
that would-
much more. You've had, and why are we seeing that as the end goal and the end treasure? When in reality, it should be
It's
like
just the beginning at the
you
end of the
growing,
day.
you growing together.
And you can figure out what that
This
person
is
likes.
This is why I fucking hate dating nowadays, because sex is the end goal. It's like, no, I'm not saying my childhood trauma.
comfortable- no, that-
I'm not saying my childhood trauma is the end goal that you need to get to, but I'm saying the deeper levels to me and like the funny side of me and my humor and this and that. The more you get to know that, the more that you're gonna like me. So why is this the end goal? And now you don't want to speak to me anymore.
I think the real end goal, especially for me, is getting to that point of comfort with that person. And
Where I can
feeling-
button your pajamas
where I
up without
can
getting
with-
the ick.
Where I can pee with the door open and you're not going to even like look at me in a
Blink an
different
eyelid.
way. I
You're
can do
gonna
something
ask
disgusting.
me to
I
do
can
that.
be with my hair greasy, my makeup off, in my joggers, and you're going to say, yeah, you don't look great, but I'm going to lie to you and tell you that you look beautiful.
I have Mexican food on my chin, but you don't care.
You don't care.
You'll
You
lick
want
it
to
off.
lick that off, you know. And I think that for me is the real goal. Maybe not everyone agrees. I mean, no one will ever agree, but I think that, and also I feel like intimacy is so much better when you know the person. I feel like
It's-
one night stands, people hype them up so much, but they're really not that great because a lot of the time, especially for girls, it takes a lot more.
When we hear the word intimacy, we automatically think of sex. Why is it intimacy seen as getting intimate emotionally?
Yeah, wearing those like blanket, like, you know, the jacket blanket things.
I mean, I meant
And
like
sitting on
intimacy
the
in terms. Yeah, okay, no, I
Sitting
don't
on
mean
the
you.
sofa with a takeaway and just, you know, watching a chick flick because.
Because I know you boys, you're not doing that with your boys. So who are you doing it with?
Who are you doing
Oh, they're
it
doing it with those girls that like, they're like the ones like, yeah, like I want to like spend time with you and I want to order takeaways with you and I want to take you out. I want you to meet my family, but I don't want you to be my girlfriend. Whoa.
Whoa!
Anyway, I think we'll end on that because we wanted to like get a few more kind of opinions on
Responses and
and responses on
ideas.
that. So
This will be a topic of discussion in the
Yes.
future, and please, if you have any thoughts after this episode,
Send
please
them on.
message me out of the blue if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
DM us on Sisty Podcast.
You can find me
Yeah.
at Tilly Freer and Harriet doesn't share her Instagram.
It's at HarrietF96. You can still DM it. Probably go into my requests, and I do sometimes check them. So if it's to do with Sisty, I will respond to it.
100%.
If it's to do with Sisty and a topic.
But I really hope you guys have liked today's episode. Let us know any feedback if you have any questions, dilemmas, anything. We'd love to do a
Topics,
segment on that, or even some
Segments.
stories.
Prosecco. I hope you're having a prosecco with our podcast.
I hope you've enjoyed today's Prosecco.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review
On Apple Podcasts,
Please,
because
it
that
helps
helps the
us grow.
podcast grow.
Share
And
with your
just
friends.
share with your friends,
Share with
family, everyone.
share with your following. Share with your anyone.
Just
really.
whoever.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave on the street. You're like, listen to Sis T podcast.
Sis T podcast.
Boil the kettle, grab some biscuits, and get down to the tea.
I know where you should leave it. You know, in bathrooms in clubs where you have like.
Oh my god, guys! Because we're
We
now
need to make
allowed-
some stickers and logos.
We're gonna do that. Guys, okay.
Come into
so
a bathroom near you.
Come into a bathroom near you. Exo Sis T podcast. So yeah, if you, because bars are open now, we're gonna have a lot more stories, guys. Oh my god.
Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Love you. Bye.